What's up, YouTube? So go, man, on the check-in one time. I'm gonna tap in one time about this R. Kelly, R. Jelly, R. Smelly shit. Before I start this video, I want to say peace to the families, peace to the black community, peace to the black nation. Death to that nigga. What I'm gonna talk on is a couple subjects, a couple different topics. I got a couple notes right here pertaining to that show, pertaining to the young ladies, pertaining to Robert and his management, his staff, record label, and his motherfucking crew. So I just gotta say my piece. Y'all like it, y'all don't like it. Some things is gonna be said that's probably not agreeable, and everybody have their own perceptions or own opinions on the situation, and that's fine. But if you don't like it, hit the subscribe button. Check for further updates. No. So now, if anything with this show, this should show the mental illness that runs deep in our community. Mental illness is a thing that our people very much overlook. Repressed slavery syndrome is a thing that our people very much overlook. And it's very important that we start to look at the mental state and start getting health checks, start getting checked on the mental state of our people and checking on the mental state of your loved ones if you care about them. This is a man who have no moral compass. You know, a man who said he put his lips on the cup where the lipstick was at because that's where his mother was drinking. Asked his mother to marry him. You know, this is a man who is very mentally ill, and this is no video that's going to be defending him. I just want to put out facts that things are people are not looking at the surface of things, or saying that it's an excuse because it's not. He's doing some very fucked up thing. This Pied Piper, the guy who leads little kids away from their village and away from their homes into the woods, and they disappear. R. Kelly might be the reason why some girls is disappearing in Chicago. You know what I mean? Reality of it is, we still look at things like it's like Hollywood is not full of sick people, not full of cults-like behavior. They will let you get totally successful and let you do everything you need and give you everything and all the tools you need to destroy yourself. That's a fact. Bill Cosby. They let R. Kelly get away with these sex tapes and use the tapes against him now. Something's not working out their way, or he's not making them any money. He's not providing these parties anymore for him, and these toys, these candies, these gifts. He lures these kids away from their parents and everything and passes them to other people, you know, or keep them for himself in a sex-like, cult-like way, you know. So with that being said, family, mental illness is a very harsh thing. This is a man who was turned on instead of disgusted by his sister touching him, you know what I mean, on account of his brother. R. Kelly has admitted and been telling us who he was this whole time. We just been listening to the flute and intrigued by the music. As far as these victims, we have to look at the difference between victims and a willing participant. A victim is somebody who is a person that is harmed, injured, killed. A victim is a person who is tricked or duped. It's kind of hard to be tricked or duped when the first instance and the first minute or hour that you meet this person, he's already putting his tongue in your mouth. He's already doing things to you. He's showing you who he is already. Now, at this point, you either are a child and you are frightened, or maybe, I guess, to say anything, or you're going along with it because you are willingly participating in these acts. Young gang members, they gang bang. They can start gang banging early as 12 years old. Are we blaming the men now, saying that these kids are victims because of their environment they grew up in and today they decided to jump off the porch? Or are we saying that they are willingly participating in what is going on in their geographical location? We have to look at things like this. A willingly participator is somebody who is willingly and eager to help. So if you are willingly ready to participate and you're eager to help, some people have, young girls, I can't say all of them, that was that, because clearly, the young lady that Sparkle's niece, she was introduced. Some young girls on their testimony was they left school. That was a grown-up decision. Not a wise decision, but then again, neither was the wise decision that you made to call in sick and you wasn't sick. Neither was the wise decision that adults make every day, all day, with bad decisions. So this was a very calculated decision. What kind of kid goes to court, to someone's court date? You ain't go to your cousin's court date, nobody else's court date, but this court date you want to sit here and try to figure out what's going on with this man that you never met. You're willing and you're eager to participate. You know why? Because I see people right now who still will go to his show. I see people right now who still, if he came to do a show or came to give you some, you will probably fuck him. I know some women right now that's like that I can see with my own two eyes. You know what I mean? So we have to look at things like from a very critical, analytical standpoint, and we have to hold everybody accountable in this. And I'm not saying that the girls were who's one more than the other. That nigga was all the way fucked up, and he is all the way fucked up. You know what I mean? And don't know what happened with the young ladies. One girl said her father was in prison. Again, this is the mental state of our people that's dealing with traumatic situations, and they find themselves in bad situations. Pimps learn how to be a pimp from prostitutes. Who's the victim in that? These are the cycle of our people. Society is, if anything, these young ladies are victims to hypersexuality in society. The music, the TV, the television, the videos, tip drill. These are all things that we supported, and they all glorified, and they all made these men and these figures and these people that's regular humans look almost godlike to us. You know what I mean? And this has been a plan the whole damn time. There's industry parties that, where my brother told me they call toy parties, where little boys will show up to celebrities' houses and men will have their way with little boys. Remember Corey and Corey? Corey Haynes. You know what I mean? I believe that this dude, he killed himself. He was in Hollywood. He was young little teenage boy. And the men was having their way with him. Charlie Sheen, having his way with that young boy. That's what I believe. We gonna still act like the Baphomet isn't real? These people not signing up for sacrificing things and they sacrifice these fetishes. We're talking about R. Kelly had a tape, visual evidence. And the family, we get to that later, but the family said that wasn't them, that wasn't her, wasn't his niece, everything else. Physical evidence, but without a person, you don't have a case. So he couldn't even be tried on stuff that was even seen. Now, if that was little white girls, absolutely, they would have cooked that dude. You know what I mean? They would have cooked that guy. So it is some people right now that he has signed up to do things for and was going to provide them with, young boys or young girls or whatever. And he couldn't provide that as probably as much as he was back then. He's costing a lot of money as well. This guy didn't get tried and he didn't get convicted of these charges. That's somebody back there pressing the buttons saying that they need their guy free. The same thing, they let him keep digging himself a hole, and they will use that stuff that you digging yourself a hole with against you. No different than Bill Cosby or anybody else that finds some dirt. You can kill a regular black person right now, and they be like, well, he smoked weed. That's still an excuse today, and weed is legal. So we have to look at things from a critical standpoint. And I'm not blaming the girls. I'm not blaming them. I'm saying what it is. I talked to a young sister not too long ago, and you know what she told me? She said she was 16 and she had a boyfriend that was 21. And I said, well, did you feel like a victim? She said, yes. And I asked her, well, at the time that you were doing this, did you know it was wrong? And she said, yeah, I knew it was wrong. but I wasn't thinking. I didn't care. So now, is that the kid part that we're talking about, that they are kids and that's just where we leave it at? We don't hold our children accountable for anything? Everybody got a part to play in this nation. The kids have a part to have a role to play. Everybody do. You have a part. Yeah, you do. Everybody do. Male, female, and child alike. And it's not our children's role to be making adult decisions like that with grown men saying, I don't care. Somewhere along the line, the ball was dropped. But that's still not enough excuse to say that, well, if you knew you couldn't tell your brother, knew you couldn't tell your father what you were doing, your parents didn't know, which a lot of these ladies said their parents didn't know, then you are making conscious and adult decisions when you say that, I'm going to tell my parents I'm going to my friend's house, and then I'll go to his house. So you continuously go. And now the thing about being a victim, like I said, is a person who's harmed, injured, or a person who's tricked or duped. If this guy show you who he is the very first night that he meets you, and then you put in, excuse the language, if you got kids walking, put your finger up his ass, or you put a toy, or you do something with that guy, then you are he's showing you who he is then and there, and then things start kind of gradually going. So you continuously go back, not underneath the pretense of you being kidnapped or you trapped. You go home for a little bit and you leave for a little bit, telling them that you're going to your friend's house. That's a willingly participant. And that is nothing more than a person that's ready and eager to help. So to help this guy, to make this guy feel good, and you are R. Kelly, and for you to feel good, I manipulated. Now, manipulative behavior is a totally different thing, because a pimp can manipulate a woman that's not weak-minded. This isn't about a weak-minded woman. This isn't about a weak-minded woman or weak-minded children. Because if you want to get away and you know that somebody's going to kidnap you, you're going to do everything you can to get away. You're not going to willingly participate in that shit. It's not enjoyable. You hear what I'm saying? It's not enjoyable. So you're not going to willingly participate in your own kidnapping. Now, if you continuously go back, you are now eager to help this person. And you're willingly ready to participate in whatever activities you got going on. So, and it's not like, okay, about the 5th month where boyfriend and girlfriend, I found out these things about him. Like this dude is multiple stories saying off the first date, he don't really cut no chase. He throw out fillers for you, call me daddy, all these little things. These are manipulative things that pimps play on women that comes from 2-parent households, Ivy League college and shit. Like every prostitute is not a person that comes from a broken home and shit like that. Let's get that clear. And pimps learn how to be a pimp from prostitutes. So you see the cycle of hypersexuality that is parasitic to our community. We got it in television. We got it in our music, tip drill. These are things that we support. And even see some women today said they would still go support his music. We still blinded by this false idol or this false god, which make our celebrityism makes our people look so godlike, to where we don't care about the wrongs that they do. We just care about the outcome and the things that they're giving us. He gave us good music. I don't want to let that go. So that overshadows our little black babies. And our black women and children should be first. Security first. And the thing about this whole situation as well is that, as a 14-year-old, like, I don't believe that some of these parents, like Master P said too, some of these parents, something ain't right with this situation. Because I know for a fact, to be on a show, you have to sign a contract. You are now getting some money from this. Your baby is no longer the same age as 2006 when he took her. So now you're trying to find her now, and you're on television throwing rocks at windows. Like, you're a parent, about my nephews and nieces and my sons and stuff like that. The cameras go off, and like Master P said, you see me on CNN, because we gonna breach and clear. I'm not going to, and if you a parent like that, then you sit there and you squat and you wait until you see movement. You become a detective. You start to think differently. You have to be strategic if you think this is the type of shit that's going on. Your baby been gone for 3 years. It's not about a run up and with cameras out and think somebody's going to come outside. You have to look at that. Some of that show is Fugazi. You know what I mean? And like I said, this isn't to defend R. Kelly, to defend Robert. This isn't to bash the girls or anything. This is to look at things from a critical standpoint at all angles that you can possibly think of. And there is probably be some that I haven't thought of. So you can let me know in the comments if something that you thought of that I haven't. You know, but I know for a show, that's not nothing that, you know, you sign up for. They were just sitting outside and seeing the parents pull up and like, let's get the phones out, like a World Star moment. It wasn't a World Star moment. They knew exactly what was going on, where they was going, whether somebody was in there or not. So that stuff just be for, like, you know, for show and for the dramatic part of the show. So, you know, and then some of them parents, a 14-year-old, and, you know, the uncle or the whatever, and the parents saying that wasn't their child on that sex tape with him, then people are paid off. These people are actually pimping their children out. Some of these young women that you see on here, not all of them, I believe some of them are pimped out. You know, you in Chicago, you're not doing too good. $5,000 a month sounds good when you're not making a lot of money. You know what I mean? One girl got a book coming out. She said she's getting paid $5,000 a month on a no disclosure agreement. You know what I mean? So until she broke that, he got these kids signing contracts saying they stole money and all kind of stuff, jewelry and everything. So this dude is playing a very sick game, and not to take anything from that, because it's a very sick game and sadistic game. What the fuck you doing and how you playing it, you know? And I know they don't know what they getting themselves into, but here we go with the Pied Piper who lured kids away, got them from their village and their home, and you never hear from him again because he start, you know, having them sign non-disclosure agreements at 16 and 17 and so forth, you know. So this guy is a very sick individual, man, and he's fucked up in the head. And then, you know, and in normal circumstances, I would think after Aaliyah, like where the parents was at and stuff like that, like where was these men, especially like the management was like, you know, are you messing with Aaliyah? And he was like, hell no. Then he turned around, man, I think I got Aaliyah pregnant. You know, I was so hurt he told me that he wasn't messing with her. But nigga, then you start helping him, you helped him fake a contract to marry her? But fuck you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you mean? What is that? You help him marry her, but you said you was hurt. Like, all of them need to be brought up on charges. This man wasn't, he was turned on by his sister molesting him. And a normal young boy would be like, damn, this is fucked up. His brother Kerry said he was crying. This nigga liked it. He just into sick shit. And then that Baphomet shit doesn't help. You take that oath and they can give you everything that you want. You want little girls? We'll give it to you. We'll show you how, and we will protect you. Videotape it. You should videotape it. I bet you will like it. Then he start videotaping. Then he get an addiction for it, for his already addictive personality. And now all these people got his tapes. Somebody wonder, where's all these tapes at? Where's the tapes of Aaliyah at? Who's holding those hostage? It's no conspiracy theory. These are things that's really done. We are seeing this shit. We have seen it. I researched and found the goddamn sex tape my damn self. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's actually still out here. Crazy shit, bro. So these are things that you know that he have done. We know that he have done. This isn't like, well, I ain't seen the tapes. I didn't know you had a tape. There's not a tape that ever existed, even if you never seen it. It's not a tape that you know that ain't never existed. You know it's out there. He tell us who he is every day. All the songs, the Pied Piper and 12 Play. 1, come to my room of fun. 2, I say, give me your tongue. I'm just talking to a kid. And like the lady said too, she, you know, if you an older lady, he can get you, he get you too. But the thing about him is he doing what he's music going for kids. You know, he going for babies. As young as 14 years old, undeveloped, like that's a little baby, bro. Kelly, you a fucked up individual, nigga. We don't want you in our nation no more, bro. They can have you. Let me tell you that now. R. Kelly, they can have Robert Kelly, they can have your ass. This ain't about no let's come together. Let's come together. We need unity, unify. Nigga, ain't nobody standing by that shit with you, nigga. I'd rather stand by Bill Cosby and shit behind him. Nigga, them old ass motherfuckers was in there popping, doing drugs and shit and some other shit. He should just been fucking with them goddamn white girls and shit. That's what fucked him up. they gonna believe him. That shit gonna be on their side. You know what I mean? That nigga fucked up. And the record industry and our people don't need to be motherfucking siding with him or doing any music with him. Don't need to be putting motherfuckers on the shows with him and shit. And they said, Neil said he had 7 rooms and Neil couldn't even get a dressing room. He going on tour with this nigga. He had 7 rooms. You know what the fuck going on in 7 rooms? He had them chicks all in them goddamn rooms and they couldn't see each other. He go to them damn different rooms. TMZ just released a video and seen all the girls in his front row. Joy Andra, whatever her name is, and what the other little Forts and Sparkle's niece. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy. Like I said, Sparkle niece was introduced. That's a victim. Introduced, and I don't know how it happened, but coerced and kidnapped, how you took all around the world. How you ain't get her back? How you ain't get her back? I mean, it's hard to touch somebody who's untouchable like that, you know what I mean? But everybody ain't unmotherfucking touchable. He ain't not the president. Not the president. This is what's wrong with black people. You don't train for shit. We don't train for shit. These guys with BDU, you train for something. Go train. Learn how to breach and clear and do some stuff so you can go get your babies back. Shit, I'd rather be sitting in the prison cell than to be sitting there trying to figure out where my daughter been at for fucking 5 years. And if come to find out this is where the fuck been going on. She been in front rows of R. Kelly concerts and shit. Living what she think is a good life and shit. Shit, I don't know. Maybe it's better than living with their parents. So their parents say, fuck it. They have my daughter $5,000 a month. You'd be like child support anyway. That's his babies. His babies. You don't see the bigger picture here. You heard what I said? Them is his babies. He pay child support. I kid you not. Some of these parents is pimping their children off, man, on here. Don't be duped by this show. Don't be a victim. Don't be tricked and duped by this show. I'm not going to fall for it. But like I said, you know, some of these women, it's a sad thing that they had to go through. It's a sad, sad thing. Didn't have a father there, didn't have this or didn't have that or that happened. It's just it's a parasitic thing to our community, man. Some of them young girls might have been already molested before they got to him. You know what I mean? And maybe not even in the way of physical touch, but molested mentally. Society will molest you. You don't think your kids is molested every time they hear eat booty like groceries on the radio now? That's on the radio. Your children or children's minds are molested every day. With propaganda, with violence. You become desensitized to their own death of their own people. Imagine what the next generation gonna grow up with. I'm telling you. It's very real out here, man. So that's what I really just wanted to touch on. Y'all go ahead. If you like the video, you don't like the video, then, you know, hit the subscribe button, share the video. You know, like I said, this isn't taking anything away from anybody, especially the young ladies. I love you, and on behalf of all black men, again, I apologize for that man's behavior and getting wrapped up into the society and what we haven't been adequately as a nation able to protect you guys. I wish you better lives. I wish you success in life. To all the young women, I wish, you know, the young ones who are still with him to go home and to be home with loved ones. You know, but I want us to all think, but like I said, things with a critical standpoint. Think about the things that you do know, things that you don't know. We have to hold ourselves accountable and our children accountable as well, because everybody got a role to play in this nation. And that's not our baby's role. It's not your role. If you were a young woman who was in a relationship and with an older man because you thought you was going to be the right one because maybe home life wasn't right, you know, then I apologize for that. You know what I mean? I apologize for that light going out. But at the end of the day, these are not young adult decisions. These are people who are chasing behind a young man, behind a man. You know what I mean? Chasing behind his music. A lot of women right now I see don't want to let the music go. I know some women right now I can see with my own eyes, if R. Kelly came around and shot his shot, we'll probably still fuck him. So what does that say for our little girls? What is that saying to them? I always say our men would not rise above their creation, their creator. And if you believe in whatever God you believe in, whatever deity that you believe in, you know that you can't rise above your God, right? God on earth, we are built in his image. I believe that the woman is built in his image because if he created everything in 7 days and all that good stuff, created the stars and everything above, or I should say, the divine creator, whether you want to personify it on you, that's on you, but the divine creator created all this. We're not here by mistake because everything is aligned perfectly for us to even survive here. It's not a mistake here. You know what I mean? In this design. So if we know that this is fact, how can we sit up here and say that the woman is not our God because she created us? The best thing you can do is from the stars and heavens and everything aligned, you meet a person that you can actually have a child you can watch grow. You can watch grow like the trees, watch grow like the rose that cracked and grew from the concrete. Something beautiful because we still haven't went anywhere. You know what I mean? So if we know that, then how can we sit up here and still support this type of behavior? And what is that saying to our young girls if the women are still supporting him? Because if anything, it's opened up an opportunity to learn and to teach and to talk about private parts and private spaces and things that I feel like I can't tell my brothers, I can't tell my dad. You know why you feel like you can't tell? Because it's something that you're doing, you know that it's wrong. That is an adult understanding. That is an overstanding. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to guess about it. I don't know if this is wrong. You don't have to question about it. You know it's wrong because you're not talking about it. Now, with the instance of like stepdaddy touching me or something like that, you feel like you can't tell mom because mama's in love and you understand that, damn, I don't feel like I can even tell her. Stop lying and all this extra shit. That's something totally different. We're talking about young girls who are with a man that they don't know and families don't know. He's not part of the family. He's fucking R. Kelly and your daughter is with him. This is not what we talk. This shit is different. That's just different. If you are going and you found you a boyfriend and you was whatever age, you was 13 and he was 18 and you thought that was cool, that's all, man. I don't know what your situation was. Can't judge your situation, but I'm gonna tell you it ain't cool. It wasn't cool, and you wasn't cool. You wasn't cool. You know what I mean? Wherever the situation was, and he even more wasn't cool because he was the adult and should have known. But these things happen all the fucking time. Young girls want to go leave the high school guys and go find the older guys with the cars and the money and stuff like that, and wonder why they be in situations. Some chicks want to go chasing a celebrity and say, I'm never going to fuck with another guy in Portland again because they done fucked on this celebrity. They feel special, like you gained the world or something. The mental state of our people is bad. And we have to look inwardly at ourselves and see what it is about us that made me want to go be with an older guy. How can you feel like a victim because that's something that you wanted? And I'm not saying that you wanted like to be raped and shit like that. Like, we're not talking about that. But we do know we're not going to act like women don't want older men. And men want older women. There are men out here who's been molested by women at a young age. And some of them black. Does that man feel like a victim? Not if he's probably willingly ready to, and participating in the shit. I know some men told me they've been fucking since 8 years old. You a victim? That woman should have known better. At 8, you probably don't know no better. You don't know what the hell going on. That's crazy. But to willingly participate, can't really victimize yourself too much. You have to learn some shit or see some shit. But we talking about, like, you know, but they said the younger was 14. But that's an introduction, like I said before, though. That's an introduction. That's a victim. But I'm talking about a girl who can willingly leave school and go to a court date of somebody that you don't know. That's not a victim. You go in there looking for that dude. Or somebody sent you. A parent sent you. Go there and go do this. You think all this shit is done by mistake with him? This is a cult Baphomet type shit. This is a sell and trade. Y'all seeing this shit live and direct of what they do in the industry and what they do if you no longer are of value to them. They get rid of you. Some white guy had to okay that show to come out. He had to go through higher ups. If they have the power to make that sex tape disappear, you can't find it on certain porn channels and shit. You can't find it out online. It's not just not in existence anymore and shit. He got more tapes and constant more and more tapes, and the authorities haven't figured this out by now. The authorities don't know. They know a lot of shit. They know a lot of shit when they want to know it. They can find a lot of shit out. You know what I mean? Especially when you in that kind of lifestyle. How that long people are calling and you know that you don't know where your daughter at, or these girls are with R. Kelly this long and nobody knows. Because they're victims? Or because they're going home. First day, this guy done made me feel totally uncomfortable. I don't want to do this no more. Second day, you tell moms and pops, you going to your homegirl house, but you really go over here. Because he's promised you things and you're living a lifestyle of some kind of fantasy. Were they weak-minded? They wasn't weak-minded. That's not a weak-minded thing. Not to tell now when you're telling your parents you're going somewhere else and you feel uncomfortable. You was feeling uncomfortable, manipulative to if he probably got them, you know, their head. Probably got their head, got their mental, but I don't know how off the first day. He's showing you who he is. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But that's it, man. Y'all gonna make this video short. Y'all go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like, comment, say fuck me, fuck you, fuck everybody, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. I don't fuck with R. Kelly. I ain't been fucking with him since the lid, man. I ain't been fucking with that nigga, man. And the industry, the community, and the nation don't need to be fucking with him. If you fucking with him, you are definitely supporting something way greater than you are dealing than you think, and the mental state in that alone is a problem. So, you know what it is, man. I love y'all more than y'all hate your black selves.